Welcome back to another video. Today I will be talking about the best skill tree in Type Soul, the Medic skill tree. Now, even though this skill tree is already broken as fuck as it is right now, I think that it still needs some more buffs. So let me go down the list about my thoughts on what should be changed for this skill tree. First of all, we got Bloody Canvas. Now, this move in itself is already pretty good, does armor shred, removing key arrow and blood vein and whatnot, and also heals you about a third of a bar and gives you extra healing boost. But I think that is not enough. But that I am looking for is that Bloody Canvas, upon hit, should heal about 2 bars and also double all healing received for the next 12 minutes. And that healing effect should also stack whenever Bloody Canvas is landed again. That way, medics now actually have some sort of self-sustain so that they can fight enemies properly without dying in 2 seconds. Another change I'd like to make is for both Ryatsu Rand and Ryatsu Push. I think that the reward for landing these moves isn't too much, as you only get about a bar back of Ryatsu. So I think we should up this, and upon landing these moves, it should steal about over half of your opponent's Ryatsu bar, just that way you can stay in the fight longer, keep healing your teammates for self-sustain, etc. So you will never run out of Ryatsu. And as for Soul Link, that right now barely even works. So I'd say for the percentages of stealing Ray regen and health regen should be about 100%. So whenever you land that move on your opponent, they have absolutely nothing and you suck them completely dry. Right? Now next, for Leap and Tether. Tether right now is currently broken at the moment, as in you just can't use it at all. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna fix that move and we're gonna make it universal. Same thing with Leap. We're gonna make that move universal, so that way any medic in the game can just pull you right out of a Hakata combo and then start booty raping you, giving you back shots and whatnot. Would be a really cool idea, also to be really annoying and save your teammates so they never die. And now moving on to some other moves, such as Encompass. I feel like Encompass in itself is already a pretty good move, but let's make it even better. Because right now, it's kind of a bad skill. So what we're gonna do is we're going to double the radius of Encompass and also make it so it lasts about 2 to 3 minutes and it moves wherever you move. Basically, it follows you and you permanently have a domain around you that blocks projectiles. This is a good idea, so that way, again, medics can have more sustain, and that move can actually be more useful instead of blocking just one Grand Ray Sarah and then just sitting there for the rest of the time while a Q Keto runs inside your little bubble and starts giving you back shots. And as for some final changes I'd like to make are on the healing moves itself, such as Medic, Self-Heal, and High Speed Regeneration. Oh, and Healing Circle as well. I feel like right now, the worst healing move in the game is High Speed Regeneration. It used to be good, just like Medic and Self-Healing the way it is right now, where it healed a bar of HP per bar of Ryatsu. But now this is not the case. Now, High Speed Regeneration only heals a bar of health per every 2 or so bars of Ryatsu, which is just absolutely absurd and is a total Ray drain. So what we're going to do instead is that every 1/4 of a bar Ray taken, High Speed Regeneration will heal 3 bars of HP no matter what. This makes it so that way a rare card medic can actually be viable for once. And again, they just have more sustain, they can actually play the game. And also that upon healing to max, the Ray that has been drained from your Ray bar will be refunded. Yup, refunded, so you have the Ray to keep using your moves, healing your teammates and whatnot. Now as for Medic and Self-Healing, that is already pretty much good as it is right now, but I'd like to do the same change with a 1/4 of a bar of Ray equates to 3 bars of HP. That would make it fine because those moves are rarely ever used, as Healing Circle is the best healing move in the game right now, as you can heal not only yourself, but your teammates in a certain radius. But that move, although it heals multiple people, doesn't heal at the same rate that Medic and Self-Heal does. So we're going to double or triple the rate of health regen to make it faster so your teammates can go back in the fight just as quickly and start absolutely bum raping your opponents. Now, moving on to the skill boxes are Discord, Amplifier, and Overcharge. Overcharge right now, it has been nerfed quite some time, and I feel like it is extremely underpowered. So, a great change we can do is make the actual shield of overcharge take about 200 hits to be broken, and the passive healing rate should be just as fast as high speed regeneration. This way, people are more incentivized to actually use their skill boxes on the medic instead of just getting Discord in itself. And as for Discord, a 30% damage buff is nice, but I feel like it's a little bit on the lower side compared to some other stuff in the game. Like proficiency is really busted, and I feel like Discord does not help with medic enough to deal with proficiency users or Q keto. So what we're gonna do is that when Discord is applied onto an opponent, they take at least 200% extra incoming damage along with a 50% perma slow for 10 minutes. And this effect can be stacked multiple times whenever Discord is applied on the same opponent. Not only that, but when the opponent with Discord dies, the effect is also applied around everyone in the radius, making it more effective and more team-like. So that way you can kill your enemies faster without having to hassle with 10,000 Q keto users jumping around and doing acrobatics where you can't hit them. Now, as for Amplifier, that move I think needs some general changes or big buffs, because right now it's really bad as the effect applied on Amplifier lasts only for a short amount of time and that it's RNG, so not a lot of people like it. With Amplifier, I think instead of giving 1 out of 3 random buffs, it should just give all 3 of the current buffs that it has in one placement, and also it should last for about an hour, right? And the Amplifier cooldown in itself should be reduced by 50% every time you use it. Kind of like Boost in that guy in High School DxD if you watched it. I'm just kidding, I haven't watched it. I'm just making stuff up at this point. But basically you get the point. Every time you use Amplifier, the cooldown will be reduced. You get all 3 buffs. It can stack like everything else, just so you know. Medic's a little bit better, your buff's a little bit better overall, and you can just play the game better, because that's how we do better. And now for the most important part, the medic weapons. Basically the only reason now why I see people running medic is just so they can run the medic weapon, right? Well, in any case, I feel like all 3 of these weapons are kind of underpowered or need some buffs to match that of the other universal weapons. So let's start one by one with Shinigamis. I feel like the range on the actual slash itself should be increased, and the width of it should be doubled or tripled in fact. And also, like in Bankai, in base, it should also apply the Bloody Canvas effect and heal half a bar upon each crit landing and reduce the hit crit cooldown from 8 seconds to about 2 seconds, I think would be pretty fair. And now as for the Quincy weapon, they did remove the self shield upon landing the crit, but I think we should again increase the range and the actual overall hitbox by 3 to 4 times and give back the shield to the actual medic player itself. But not only that, make the actual projectile speed increase by about 10 times and make the shield give about a 500% defense increase, so that whenever an opponent damages your shield, they actually lose about a bar every time they M1 you, right? You know, it kind of like cancels out, you know what I mean? And also, the Quincy medic weapon should be able to also withstand about 500 hits before the shield breaks. And that also, when it does break, it causes a massive explosion of ray around the user, absolutely demolishing anyone around it. And finally, onto the rank weapon. I feel like the grabs range is a little bit too small, so what we're gonna do is increase the dash portion of it, so that way it moves just as far as a flowing passage, and that when the crit is landed, the user stabs the opponent multiple times, stealing all of their Ryatsu and giving it to all your party members and yourself. And this weapon will have a special effect in which if you or your teammates do end up getting excess ray, that excess ray will be turned into a sort of Ryatsu shield, kind of like the Quincy's one, right? Either that, or we can make it so that excess ray is turned to healing, and that any excess ray you have will heal you or your party members. But if you and your party members are already full, then that excess ray / excess healing will just be used to damage the enemy until they're dead. Now, these are just all the primary changes that I want to go through, and I think that as of right now, the medic tree, although I did say it's good in the beginning, needs some work, needs some changes, and I feel like these will bring medic back into the meta, considering that the game is already cooked with Dave the Diddler, you know. They like section little boys. I'm pretty sure a lot of people know that, or little girls, you know. Amy's a victim. Yeah, that's basically about it. Please subscribe. Put me on the balancing team. I think I would do a great job helping typesoul get back to where it was, you know. I'm a great person. Subscribe and thank you.